Morning, guys. Yeah, it's about a couple of minutes before 5 in the morning. Still Thursday, the 3rd of August, 2023, California. Okay. I just got looked at a tail end conversation. Senator Blumenthal, Democratic from Connecticut, I think, had been sponsoring and trying to get out of a committee in the Senate concerning the Kids Online Safety Act. Basically, to protect the kids, from getting cyberbullied. Growing up as a kid, there was bullying physically. And as an adult, even an old fart, it's easy enough to get bullied. We call the bullies not bullies anymore, but we call them Karens. It's been around for about, I think, 30 or 40 years. But bullies have been around for a hell of a long while. People, I don't know, whatever kind of creation that they came out of. Some kind of emotional test tube situation, maybe something happened to them in their life, that they've got to be a royal pain in the ass to a lot of people. They have to be. According to them, nothing else matters but bullying them. They're getting bullied at home, therefore they got to spread their own pain and misery to everybody else just to make them feel good. They have to have a gang around them to join in with the commiseration and the bullying at this point. It really pisses me off. I've had the in person all my life. I've had bullying when I was a young kid, growing up in North Hollywood. I'm a sickly kid, but then again, I've been bullied because of certain people out there didn't like me for whatever reason. And I had to learn how to fight back. Sucks, but I had to learn how to fight back. I go into another neighborhood, into an elementary school, and because I was a sickly kid still, they looked at me and thinking, okay, time to bully the kid. Not so because of his skin color, so we turned racist at that point. You've had food stamps, you get bullied. You get bullied by other customers, not their cashiers, because their cashiers, the jobs were process the sale, regardless of what kind of transaction we're talking about. Now you get older, and now you got people doing their ego trip by bullying other people. And because of the digital age we have right now, let's put it on YouTube. Let's put it on social media. Let's show what kind of bullies we've got people left and right. We're worried about the kids getting bullied online because they'll spread over to the schools. Or it's on schools and then they go to social media, try to talk about it, and then they get bullied. While we're trying to take care of things for the kids, and that's fine. What about the rest of us freaking adults? Did we get enough help? Sure as hell not out here in the grocery. The thing is about this particular town here, they don't care about it. Hell, they even cyberbill you as well. There are certain people out there I discovered over the past several years living in this dump that cyberbullying is acceptable. Whatever happens on Facebook stays on Facebook. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's happening. I got a neighbor over here. There's bullying, and then there's silent bullying at this point. Well, you have people trying to gather around and laugh, jeer, cajole, insult the living crap out of you. And this sucks. The guy who helped me and my brother out one time turns out to be a bully. Because an incident that happened a couple of years back that never got resolved. Crazy person comes on the campus around midnight. She's got a problem. She's tired and shit. and being chased around by my neighbor, who I thought was a friend. Turned out he still had his gang affiliations going on. He was a former gang member, or probably still, I don't know. He still got the attitude of one. Disabled because of his own damn past activities. Gets shot in the head. My brother knew this guy a long time ago. He was surprised he had a different attitude. Helped me and my brother out settling in this place. This guy was a royal piece of work. But it's after he died that he started changing a little bit more. Till now, he and I no longer speak to each other. The woman is always trying to explain about hiring stuff. She's knocking on doors, trying to get in, trying to escape my neighbor who's chasing her all over the damn place. I don't know, for why around midnight. I'm trying to fall asleep. So I really need this damn stuff. I'm trying to stay out of this stuff. The next thing I know is the fire alarm's being pulled. We got master alarm, and we got our individual fire alarms. Smoke detectors would sound off if there's any smoke, carbon monoxide built up in this place. So I keep the windows open and vented because I want the stuff venting out. If there's any buildup, it's going to be leaking outside, venting. So I don't want to breathe in this shit. She hits the alarm. I'm crawling out of bed. I'm trying to get myself together. Trying to get my dog together, but I want to see what the hell's going on before she gets out of here. And there she is at the door, the spaced out girl. And Gene's saying he's got this handled, and she's yelling and screaming that she's making allegations that he's going to rape her. I don't know why the hell he was chasing her up and down the area here. This was once. She was going to apartment around here. Hell, she didn't even hit the other two buildings we still have on the campus. A, B, C. In other words, we got D and E. E faces Rosemont Boulevard. D's got the back area. She hadn't hit those areas. She just hit the complex here. Nobody's coming outside to figure out what the hell's going on. Smart of them. What happens with this broad? She's trying to tell me what the hell's going on. I'm picking up the phone, trying to call 911. Eugene. He keeps telling me that he's got it handled. She's already hit the master alarm already. That means we get the fire department out here, we got police out here, and we will get the management out here. But he's going to handle it. Next thing I know, she's already sneaked in and got into the bedroom. No, scratch that. Bathroom. To hide. I closed the damn door, and I'm talking to 911, and I got myself facing the door, and she's already in there hiding, shivering. She's already used to showers. She's already broken things. And she's blathering up a storm, and I'm keeping watching the door. Nobody's going in. Nobody's coming out. I got neighbors trying to text me what's going on. I can't answer them because I'm on the phone with 911. 911 has a way of tracking calls, monitoring them, recording them, because they're always used for court or for something else. Anyway, so I'm trying to tell them exactly what's going on, what led up to this particular point, and then I'm getting over to the door, speak to 911 because I want this on record. I want the sheriff's department to handle this stuff. And if there's going to be any allegations, is going to be up to the Sheriff's Department and the DA's office out here in Kern County, California, to take care of it. I didn't want my neighbor said he's going to take care of it. He's not going to take care of the fucking alarm at this point over here. He's sure as hell not going to take care of this bitch. She's throwing out like crazy. Yeah, I know. I used to be where this point over here. Like back that B word. Love for my neighbor, an asshole, that I will use. I get outside, Sheriff's Department's there, and I'm trying to give him exactly what's going on. He's pissed off because I'm not saying exactly what they want me to say. I mean, he wants me to tell everyone else what he wants. And I'm not doing it. So now he starts yelling and screaming at me because I betrayed him. And he starts bad-mouthing me to the neighbor kids, to the neighbor teenagers. Or I'm going to be throwing racist in this situation here. Yeah, my neighbor's black. The rest of the teenagers he's yelling and screaming at. He wants to be cool with these guys. They're also black. I'm heading towards my on-site manager who lives here. And I'm talking to her about this situation. I'm trying to give her exactly all the damn details because cops just threw me out. They don't want me to stay here. It's becoming a fluid situation. I sure as hell didn't want to get into it. Except I told her that I need to do cleanup. I need to get some cleanup going on. It's going to take me a few hours, and I did. I've taken pictures about the thing and got buried alive in the files I got regarding the situation. This is really crazy. And he's still bad-mouthing, and the manager's already hearing this. She's witnessing everything. I'm the guy that doesn't cause trouble with everybody or anybody. I'm staying out of trouble. I try to stay out of trouble and out of people's way. I'll say, how you doing? How's the weather? Or anything else. A little polite chit-chat. Nothing deep. A couple of people around here, I will get deep. But the rest of them, care less. I mean, it's nice having a little polite conversation here and there, but they hadn't gotten to the point where they really know me to really talk to me about things. So, cops drag her out. And I get back inside to do the damage control. Eugene yelled at me, don't ever talk to me ever again. I think I slipped up once, like several months afterwards, and he still got pissed off at me. Because I managed to say something like, don't you know, talk to me! So it's been that way for about a couple of years in this place. He tries to seem like everything else is going great. And we just don't speak to each other. We see each other, there's this unseen tension. There's this unseen tension that happens. Sometimes it gets to me. I think about it. I think about people I keep losing. And not due to death, but, things happen and relationships go sour and some things you just have no control over. Including dealing with a relationship. A friendly neighbor relationship. It goes sour. The guy helped me and my brother out a while ago regarding cooking utensils and pots and pans. Well, we needed them until we got our stuff, and then we can get his stuff washed up and hand it back to him. We were very appreciative of it. When Dave and I moved over here, we barely had anything with us except for ponchos and then dirty clothes that still needed to be washed. Our dogs with us and a few other things, our backpacks and other bags we had with us that we could carry over here. The rest of the stuff we had was in our storage. We'd gotten some beds from this veterans group. We'd gotten some tables and chairs that we could sit down on, actually eat off of. With our camping gear, with the stuff we had camping gear, basically. I mean, forks and knives, that's about it. That's for the gear. We had MREs. Old stuff, but disgusting to eat, I'll tell you that much. But it was survival. We had dry dog food for our dog. Managed to scrape by with getting a couple of cans from. And it sucked. Because during those days we were trying to develop relationships with the neighbors. Or after Dave died, a few years after that, things were really falling apart. I mean, it was nice to see the guy Eugene and hearing his laughter. Sometimes it was a joy to listen to sometimes. But these days, it's more like an irritant. It's like fingernails on a blackboard. All I wanted was clarification from the guy, but I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. And yeah, I blame him for it. I mean, my part in it, I called the cops. See, I came from he and I came from different lifestyles. He came from South Central, Los Angeles area. He was from the gang area. Avoided cops like crazy. He had trouble with the cops. Me, on the other hand, I didn't have any trouble with the cops because I didn't look for trouble. I didn't get into the cop issues because we tried to stay out of it. So I looked at law enforcement as guys doing their damn job. They made a couple of times that they've pulled me over in my lifetime. I did stupids when I was a kid. I didn't blame the cops for it. I blamed myself because I was the one doing it. I didn't hold them responsible. Didn't hate them. I hated me and also what my butt was going to be feeling like afterwards. So I had to learn. You're going to get involved with the cops like that, things are going to happen. But stay out of the way. Talk to them as people. I got a little ease. I learned how to trust law enforcement, regardless of who and what they were. Could be local sheriffs, could be local police department. Yeah, a bit of a battery, something like that. A nickel. But anyway, that's how I was going. That's how I was going. And then I called for the sheriff's department. He came over here, gave the statement, gave them all the facts. I grew up in the culture of not hating the cops. I watched so much Dragnet and Adam 12 with my brother that, we became accustomed to the old ways back then. And my brother, in his long career of doing things in his life, including being a security officer and dealing with cops on a constant basis, he didn't fear them. He depended upon them. He even wanted to be a cop, but he couldn't do it because of the things happened in his military, in his discharge, that prevented him. He tried not to be a wannabe cop, at least. He just did his job. Sometimes a little beyond that on some occasions, he told me. But for me, I didn't bother being a cop. I didn't want to be a cop. So I didn't have any fear with the sheriff's department. I didn't have any run-ins with these guys. I deal with them on a day-to-day basis if I had to. I'll deal with them as a human being. And I know we got this situation concerning about the racism in the law enforcement building. If you're white, you have no issues. If you're other than white, you have issues. Because that's what's happening these days, isn't it? And I'm born white. I can't help that. I can't help the skin color I was born into. And I wasn't born into privilege. I was born GR, general relief. Struggle with what I could. And now I'll live on government assistance again. For the rest of my life. To a point, maybe. That being said, I got enough stress over the situation. I'm trying not to stress over situations like this. But I got a neighbor whose own past is still haunting his ass. He's still a gang member regardless, whatever happens. He's still in here. Somehow in his turbulent youth, or in his 20s or 30s, he got shot in the head somehow, screwed his brain. So he kept telling me and my brother a long time ago. Probably denied the damn thing anyway. But he's also got a prison record. It didn't bother me. Didn't bother me having a prison record. Okay, fine, he's got a prison record, so what? What bothered me is he couldn't even talk to me as a decent human being anymore. And I had to deal with that. I had to deal with that. Of course, I can move out just because of him, but I'm not moving anywhere. So we have this constant silent war going on. We're butting heads on this with each other. Now, I'll admit that if there was anything wrong I've done, I still would have liked to have made amends with the guy. But he didn't want me to deal with the cops. The problem is when he's chasing this woman across the damn yard over here and she's trying to capture everyone else's attention, he's taking the law into his own hands. Schmuck. And then she pulls alarms. Get people out. And I don't know what her major malfunction was, except she was being chased by Eugene, and I hadn't seen this woman before. A young, strung-out girl. She was really strung out. And the only way for me to get her off the campus was getting the cops. Because there's no way in hell a disabled guy dragging half his body across the place was going to be able to do something about her. Especially when she's already hit the master alarm. So what the hell are we supposed to do about it? Not a damn thing. Nothing. Just call the cops and let the cops deal with it. That's how it's fun. That's how it was done, and I lose a friend. It still kicks my ass. The thing is, I hate losing people that I actually care about. But maybe I didn't care too much about this guy in the first place. But I hate to feel that way about it. I hate to feel like maybe everything was my fault, but it wasn't actually. It was his. But we could have had it. We could have hammered it out and had communications. But we didn't. So to this day, the war continues. Last night, I was walking my dog. I was seeing one of the neighbors moving out. We had some words. I was already pissed off at her anyway because she lied to me about how she was getting out of here. She didn't want to tell me the whole entire truth. I mean, I would be appreciative if I knew if she was just moving out, period. She had a U-Haul van over here and she started moving stuff out there. And it should have been none of my damn business. But over the past several years living in this place, it almost became my business to know what's going on. Especially when I feel like I put in an invested interest in this one. I should have just stayed the hell out of it. She already told me she couldn't stand the bugs in this place in the first place. I would understand if that was a major contributing thing for her to get the hell out of here. She said she wanted to get extra stuff out of here. because she's got too much stuff. Okay, credit. But when you start moving the kids and the dog's off place, and they're going to living to another place, and about several days later, she comes back in, moving more stuff out, more stuff. How come the kids weren't back in, and the dogs weren't back in? She moved. I had to confront her on that one. Again, losing friends. Again, my hang up. And that I've got to admit to. No, I blamed her on this one. That I blame myself on. Who the hell am I? A pain in the ass. A pain in the ass. She kept coming back the last couple of times, cleaning up the place. She's already moved to another place, but she's still paying rent here. That's how the lease is. This place. I didn't have any problems talking with her. At least not much anyway. Seeing Eugene coming out, laughing his head off left and right with his girlfriend or wife or whatever else she was. I was focused more on my dog. And I saw him. I saw him there. I know he saw me. I already felt the tension already. So I guess it's up to me to keep policing myself at this point. It's up to me to keep policing myself right now. Because, let's face it, some people you're going to keep in your life and other people are going to leave your life. Even despite the fact that they're still going to be there to be a royal pain in the ass. It hurts. Especially when I try to especially when I'm thinking I got a vested interest in the friendship here. I should get some kind of return out of the damn thing. But that's me. That's my head. I can hate the guy. I could become like him. That doesn't help anything. That doesn't help me. And it doesn't give a shit about him in the first place. So I'm going to stay out of his hair. And staying out of his hair, we'll be fine. Avoid him like the plague. Like the plague he is. I'll deal with what I've got right now as it is. I'll deal with what I got to deal with right now. And this, actually I had some calamine lotion. I guess this damn thing is straight. Anyway, I said I was going to have something to talk about, and I didn't realize I was going to be talking about my neighbors. Hell of a thing to wake up to in the morning to do.